we know at least 40 people have died and at least 115 injured, some very, very severely in Switzerland, after a fire tore through a crowded bar at the Crans Montana ski resort.
Now, witnesses have reported that the ceiling caught fire after a bottle with a lit candle. A lot of people are saying it's one of those sparkler-type candles. Sparked flames whilst at the New Year's Eve celebrations were taking place. And we are actually still waiting for many others' bodies to be identified.
Our national reporter, Will Godley, has got the latest for us. Will?
Yeah, well, in the last few minutes, the first identity of one of the victims in this fire has been named as 17-year-old Emanuele Galppini. He's an Italian national, Dubai-based now. He's a teen golfer, and he was said to be in Switzerland with his friends bringing in the new year. And the Italian Golf Federation has released a statement saying they mourn the passing of Emanuele Galppini, a young athlete who embodied passion and authentic values. In this time of great sorrow, our thoughts go out to his family and all those who loved him. Emanuele, you will forever remain in our hearts. Well, the Swiss authorities have said around 40 who have died in this horrific fire and 115 people injured, a number of them different nationalities as well. France have said 9 of their citizens have been injured and 8 are still missing, and Italian officials have said 6 are missing and 13 of their citizens are injured. And it's those missing in Crans Montana who are causing a lot of upset for families there, unsure about the state of their loved ones who they've not heard from since New Year's Eve. Of course, this fire started in the early hours of the morning at 1:30, and first responders on the scene with just a matter of minutes. And you can see pictures now of the response as ambulances lining up there to take victims to hospitals who have been transferred to hospitals not only in the local area but throughout Switzerland and throughout neighbouring countries as well, particularly young people in hospital, teenagers as well. And these teenagers, many of them being transferred to other countries as paediatric wards in Switzerland are full and needing specialist treatment, and France, Germany and Italy have been treating people there. But the big question for Swiss authorities is how exactly this fire started. They've said that there are many hypotheses on the table. They are not ruling anything out at this stage, and the fire experts haven't been into the basement of Le Constellation Bar where this fire started yet. But eyewitnesses, of course, say it was these sparkling candles on top of champagne bottles which caused the fire, which got too close to the ceiling, where an image looks like there was this soundproofing foam on there which set on fire, and then a video which seems very distressing, too distressing to show on breakfast television, seems to show that as people were trying to put out the fire on this soundproof foaming, they were taking off their T-shirts and batting the fire with their T-shirts, but inadvertently then that caused the fire to spread onto the rest of the ceiling, and that's then what set off this fire, ripping through the basement in just a matter of a few seconds, killing around 40 people. And now we know, in the last few minutes, the first victim has been named on your screens now, as you can see a photo of him, 17-year-old Emanuele Galppini, an Italian golfer who was in Switzerland with his friends, and the Italian Golf Federation have said they are mourning the passing of Emanuele Galppini, a young athlete who embodied passion and authentic values. In this time of great sorrow, our thoughts go out to his family and all those who loved him. Emanuele, you will forever remain in our hearts. Well, Swiss authorities now working to establish the identities of those others people who have died, the other 115 people injured, but their burn injuries causing great difficulty in doing so.
OK.
All right. Well, Godley, thank you very much.
Let's bring in the journalist Marco Colombo, who joins us from Tuscany. I think, good morning to you. I mean, this is an absolute tragedy, a tragedy involving children, really, in a lot of these cases, it would seem. But, I mean, a lot of countries like Italy are now helping out in terms of some of the care needed for those survivors.
Absolutely. It was clearly the main story in Italy yesterday. And in fact, the Emanuele Galppini picture I saw earlier on Facebook, the family was asking to everybody, maybe on social media, do you know anything about our son? So I can imagine the terror and sadness of this family. Clearly all the information we reported. So there is a mix of the traditional media and social media, because at the moment there are six missing Italians. This is from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Antonio Tajani. 13 are hospitalized, some in Switzerland, some in Germany, and some in Italy. They've been taken by helicopter. Just to give you some figures, 10 helicopters were involved in the rescue operation, 40 ambulances and 150 medics. One of these teenagers was taken to the hospital, the main hospital in Milan, in Guarda. There are lots of Italians. This is a resort very popular with Italian youth, as I said, 17-year-olds. And we heard shocking stories. There were some eyewitnesses yesterday telling how these kids, these youngsters, came out without hair, as the reporter said, just wearing underpants, in total shock. And I actually saw a guy who he's a ski instructor, age 23, saying he made it, but none of his friends came out of the inferno. It is a big tragedy for all of Europe. But clearly, it's affecting all those countries: Italy, Switzerland, Germany, France, and probably, as you said, probably even Britain. It is it's kind of shocking to realize, as you just said, as you just reported, that these people are underground in a place with no escape route, with a roof made of fire, and somebody allowed them to put sparkles or even fireworks. Some people reported on the sparkles on the bottles and use of fireworks. I don't think fireworks would have been used. I would imagine 17-year-olds being so stupid to use fireworks in a basement in such a place. But it is the fact that it was an historical club, and clearly didn't probably have all the measurements, all the measures in place to avoid such a catastrophe.
And I suspect questions will be being asked even now. I mean, it's early. We don't want to speculate, but questions will be asked as to what the capacity of this venue was, why there was just only one point of entry and exit, which was the same point, and also, as you alluded to, the fireworks or some sort of sparkler or some sort of ignited thing that would be allowed in such a small space, confined in such an area. Tradition
of presenting, we have to imagine this situation. The midnight has gone, and so the rich kids order whatever, champagne, vodka, and there's this new tradition. I mean, I'm 53, but I don't remember back in my days of carrying this bottle with a sparkler in it, which is fine if you're in Sardinia, if you're in Saint-Tropez in the summer in open air. But why on earth would you have fire underground when you have hundreds of kids and you have a situation like that? So I'm sure that a lot of people will be held account. And probably, as it happened before, the teenagers tend to go where the crowd is, and the lucky ones were the one queuing outside and were not allowed to let in.
Yeah, the irony. All right, Marco, thank you very much indeed. Appreciate your time this morning. I know from reading some of the initial reports, I mean, what is terrifying about this? It might have been that sort of foam ceiling. I mean, Will, you'll know more about it. But the fact that the fire spread so quickly, or the heat spread so quickly, that actually a lot of these gases, a lot of the furniture and things is actually sort of combusting before it gets on fire. Yeah. It's releasing those really hot gases.
I can bring you a little update we've just had in the last minute or so from Valais State Councillor Stephanie Ganzo, who's been speaking on RTL, giving an update on those 115 people injured, saying between 80 and 100 are in critical condition. But the situation, she has said this morning, is evolving, and many of the people hospitalised are still yet not identified. So that's an update just in the last few minutes or so. 80 to 100 people in critical condition in hospital.